knowing that the movie's been filmed, knowing that it has a release date, knowing that it's about to be the Halloween season, which means, I mean, we're within 6 months. So we theoretically could be getting a trailer in the next couple of weeks or a month. And I've heard people go, oh, it's too early. I'm like, I think people have forgot. Remember they used to release trailers like 2 years before the movie came out?
Yeah.
Like, and I remember in 2016, they did not put out the first trailer till March. And that seemed insane. Like, oh my God, this movie comes out in July. Nobody knows. I would imagine that Sony is going to want to have marketing going through the holidays.
Yeah.
So I would expect a trailer pretty soon. And then
I would too.
There'll be plenty to pick apart.
If you don't bring it back, I'm going to steal it from you. You got to bring back the trailer song.
Oh, I've been meaning I need to go in Discord. I can't find it. I need someone to go like rip it from one of the episodes.
Oh, really? You lost the trailer song?
Yeah, I thought it was in the Dropbox and it's not. And it might be on my old computer.
For those of you out there listening, you're like, what's the trailer song? There was a point in the lead up to Afterlife when we were waiting for the trailer where Craig had recorded his own little cover of Magic from the original Ghostbusters soundtrack. Just went, I want to see that trailer. And it was the funniest thing.
Stupid. It's so dumb.
It was goofy, but it was so fun.
Actually, that reminds me. I bet Jason Grahowski will he probably just has it ready to go. He seems like somebody who would just have that file.
Yeah, figure it out, Grohosengarter.
Hey, was that a Rookie of the Year reference?
It is.
I've been wanting to watch that so bad. Where can I find that? It's got to be on the internet, right?
I don't know. I was thinking about that movie and Angels in the Outfield recently. The Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd vehicle. So there's
a great run of children's baseball movies in the 90s.
From like that era.
I was really big into Little Big League.
Yeah.
Because that's for like Rookie of the Year. The kid breaks his arm and then becomes and it results in like the tendons fused wrong. And now he's the fastest pitcher in the world. And you're just like buying it. Totally. But the other movie's even more ridiculous, which is the kid's grandfather owns the Minnesota Twins and leaves him the team. And it's supposed to be because the grandfather dies. And it's supposed to be kind of in appearance only, right? But the kid's like, no, I'm getting in. I'm running day-to-day operations. I'm the GM. He makes himself the coach. It's insane. That's a good movie.
All right. See, my 90s baseball movie pick would have been The Sandlot. I still believe that is like one of the greatest movies of that era about sports. And to be fair, I also still reference Rookie of the Year somehow. I don't know how I do that, but.
Well, I was a huge Cubs fan. I still am, and I'm a big fan of Daniel Stern, who directed that movie and stars in that movie. And I'm also a big fan of Ghostbusters Fan Fest. Do you know the Ghostbusters Fan Fest Rookie of the Year connection?
No.
Oh, this might be a whole other episode. Ghostbusters Fan Fest 2019 was ran by a company called
Wizard World.
Yeah. And the lead project leader on that event, her name was Lainey Sarum.
Mm-hmm.
She did not do the best job of all time running the event. I think enough time has passed that we can talk about this. Controversial figure, this Lainey Sarum.
Yes.
Who do you know about her book thing?
I do know that she had a New York Times best-selling book, largely because she might have ordered lots of copies of it herself. Yes.
Yes. And her defense was that she was friends in real life with Thomas Ian Nicholas, who was from Rookie of the Year. And she said because he tweeted about it and American Pie is a $1 billion franchise, that is what drove the book sales.
I see.
So
again, I said might have allegedly did this. I don't know.
I don't believe she works for Wizard World anymore. So
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
so anyways, now if you ever write a book and you want big time sales, you're going to want to get a Thomas Ian Nicholas, a Jason Biggs, I can't think of any, a Sean William Scott even to tweet about it. or X about it, whatever they call that. And then you're going to be looking at some pretty big book sales.
And if it doesn't work out for you, it's okay. You can get hired by, to do a festival event for a sci-fi or a horror film franchise and perhaps get yelled at by Dan Aykroyd on a YouTube video.
Hey, I knew that we were in trouble at Ghostbusters Fan Fest when I walked in and saw the Soup Nazi was there from Seinfeld. And he was posting, I swear to God, he was hanging up his own banner and he couldn't reach the top. And Jim, I swear on all that is holy and all Ghostbusters and all humans and pets that this happened. His banner kept falling down and he was using a soup ladle to try to get it back up. I swear to God, because he travels with ladles and he signs them. And I was just like, interesting event we're going to be at.
Yeah,
today.
That was kind of like watching the guy who used to be inside the Raphael suit from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 or whatever. Try and keep his suit together throughout the day.
There was that. Lou Ferrigno was there. There's some weird stuff.
It was an interesting time. Yeah, but it was still great. I always say this, as much as we all talk about it as if we survived it, most of us would sign right back up to go again for another tour. So, yeah.
I would be 100% down.
I just hope they bring a spiral pole on with a platform that everyone can ride, because that's clearly what they were doing. That's why McKenna Grace was in those photos. She was doing developmental work for a new theme park ride and had nothing to do with the movie at all. See, everybody,
that'd be cool.
It's fine. So, yeah.
Don't call Fran Drescher. Well, we've covered some ground here, my friend.
We have. So, we can. We're both doing the thing of wrapping up a podcast because we're both know, how to do that. I can't help it.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's
I forgot. It's not my show.
Nope. Okay. You want
you control.
You can do it. No, you can do it. It's fine. This is we're handing the reins to you.
Jim, I will compliment you. I am a big fan of what you do with Extraplasm. I know the hard work that goes into it. Yeah, I've really I've enjoyed this. I love that you're kicking butt. We have a fun year coming up because I understand you're covering Ghostbusters exclusively, and there's peaks and valleys. There's lulls. So just think of how fun this is going to be. There's Star Wars podcasts. When a new Star Wars trailer comes out, they get 6 episodes out of it.
Right.
Like trailer review 1, trailer review 2. So we got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm hopeful that, we'll continue to collaborate on things, and you'll come back and visit us again on Extraplasm, because it's always fun when you visit, and I always enjoy talking to you.
Oh, anytime. I love doing it. I will come back anytime. I have no shortage of words in my brain that are desperate to come out.
I'm desperate to podcast with others. Give me another show. That's like kind of how I feel sometimes. I get to the middle of the week and I'm like, what can I talk about? Can I start a Willy Wonka podcast? Is that a thing?
That'd be fun.
How many episodes can I do of that? Can I make a television show?
Can I squeeze out of a? You're like. Episode 80, you're like, so in 2007, rumors began swirling that Johnny Depp was interested in playing. I don't even know when that movie came out.
Today we will be discussing what is just so scrumdiddlyumptious about scrumdiddlyumptious bars. Yeah. Why are the Ghostbusters everlasting?
Is it the nougat? I also have this theory that it'd be really fun if Slugsworth showed up in other movies. Just whispering in kids' ears. Like you just see him show up in Afterlife. He's like whispering to podcasts.
It would be hilarious if he showed up in the restaurant in Afterlife and he's just whispering in the ears of the kids working the grill. He's just like, listen, there's going to be some stuff later. See if you can score me some of that sweet PKE technology.
Do you see the concentric circles? Anyway,
yeah,
dude, I'll do this anytime. Good luck. This is fun.
Thank you. And good luck with what you're doing and everything coming up ahead for the remainder of the year and things and what you're heading into. Anything you want to plug, or anything you want to tell people about before you split?
Oh, we relaunched the YHS YouTube channel about a year ago to separate it from the Toy Anxiety channel. We've been populating it with the podcast and new content, including part 2 of the history of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That's true.
I made the first part 2 years ago, and I only did the second part because Jacob makes fun of me for not finishing projects like that. So it was spite content. It was a spiteful piece of content. I said, I'll make part 2. Won't be as good as part 1, but I'll make it. But it's kind of fun tracking that history. So you can go watch that and weekly episodes of YHS. And then Ghostbusters Radio Live will be returning soon once there's more for us to get on there and gab about on a every other week basis.
Gotcha. Well, people should go check it out. Go follow Toy Anxiety. Go follow Yes Have Some on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, all the good places.
I just put up a poll on the YHS Instagram because I made a playlist on our YouTube channel of all the Ghostbusters related interviews we've done. And I said, who should we interview next? And I believe Dan Aykroyd is leading the charge. So I will be emailing his people and being like, hey, our people want, don't put me in the shoe line.
Right.
We live in the shoe line. It's like when Bane, I was born in the shoe line.
Yeah.
You know, it's my third Dark Knight Rises reference.
You've done it. You've checked the boxes. You've got a trifecta now. You've accomplished a goal. So yeah. And I will say for folks out there, if you've ever been in the shoe line, then you don't really want to be in the shoe line. You just want to get.
It's a bad place, man.
I'm gonna relive that trauma forever. I'm not really, because Ghostbusters is fun and it's not really about reliving trauma. But
that's every other aspect of life.
That's every other aspect of life, and this is the fun part. But I always have fun with you. Appreciate you coming on again. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.